Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're diving into a career that's all about making a real difference. Substance misuse work.
It's a big one.
It is a big one. You sent us actually a ton of info from RoleCatcher career guides, interview tips, even how their AI can help with applications.
It's impressive.
It's very impressive, so let's unpack what this career really entails, going beyond the surface.
Yeah, it's definitely a field where you can have a profound impact on individuals and communities. What I find interesting about the RoleCatcher material is how it not only breaks down the day-to-day of the job, but also highlights the potential career trajectory, which is something many people often don't consider until later.
And that's key, right? You want to know there's room to grow and specialize. But first, what does a substance misuse worker actually do all day?
Well, think of it less as a checklist of tasks and more like stepping into a constantly evolving role. You could be providing individual and group counseling one day, and then the next you might be advocating for your client's needs with social services or even within the legal system. It's not just about working in rehab centers either, right? The materials mention hospitals, private practices, even correctional facilities. That's a pretty diverse range of settings.
Absolutely. And that really speaks to the widespread need for qualified substance misuse workers. It's a field where your skills are highly sought after, which is something to keep in mind for later when we discuss job outlook.
Okay, so we're talking about working with vulnerable individuals, often in very challenging situations. What kind of skills does someone need to not just survive, but actually thrive in this kind of environment?
Well, the RoleCatcher material emphasizes the importance of strong interpersonal skills, active listening, being able to perceive and understand people's emotions, persuasion. These are all key.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're dealing with people in crisis, trying to build trust and guide them toward recovery. You can't just be book smart, right?
Exactly. You need those people skills to build rapport. But don't underestimate the importance of critical thinking and problem-solving abilities.
Oh, right. Because every case, every person is different, so you can't just apply a one-size-fits-all approach. You need to be adaptable.
Precisely. And let's not forget communication skills. You'll be writing reports, advocating for your clients, and communicating complex information clearly and compassionately, often in emotionally charged situations.
So it's this blend of empathy and sharp thinking, being able to connect with people on a human level while also being able to analyze situations, make judgment calls, and advocate effectively.
That's right.
Now that's fascinating.
Hitting the nail on the head. It's that combination of skills that truly defines a successful substance misuse worker. And speaking of success, RoleCatcher actually outlines a pretty clear career ladder, which I found really helpful.
Right. You don't want to be stuck in entry level forever. What kind of progression are we talking about here?
Well, they break it down into 4 stages. Early on, you might be assisting senior staff, getting a feel for different aspects of the field. But as you gain experience and expertise, you could move into roles with more autonomy, maybe leading group therapy sessions, developing treatment plans, or even providing clinical supervision to other staff.
So there's a real opportunity to move up the ranks and take on more responsibility. And what about specializing? I remember seeing something about that in the materials.
Yes, RoleCatcher gives the example of Sarah, a substance misuse worker, who found her niche working with teens through art therapy. It really resonated with her, and ultimately she became highly sought after in her region for this specific expertise.
Okay, so she found a way to combine her passion for art with her desire to help young people struggling with addiction. That's amazing. It's not just a job, it's about finding your place within this world.
Precisely. And the material emphasizes that specializing can lead to greater job satisfaction and earning potential. Makes sense. You become the go-to person for a specific need. But let's not forget about professional development. RoleCatcher really stresses the importance of continuous learning in this field.
It's not a one-and-done kind of career then. You're constantly learning and growing.
Absolutely. You might start with a bachelor's degree, but to really advance, you'll likely need a master's degree. Then there are specialized certifications, like becoming a certified addiction counselor, or CAC, which demonstrates a high level of competency to potential employers.
So you could become a CAC, or a certified substance abuse counselor, or a SEX, or even a licensed alcohol and drug counselor, LADC.
Right.
It seems like there are many paths you can take depending on your interests and goals.
Exactly. And of course, staying updated on the latest research, treatment approaches, and best practices is crucial. The field is constantly evolving, so ongoing professional development is key to staying at the top of your game.
It sounds like a career for people who are passionate about learning, growing, and really making a difference. But what about the job market itself? What's the outlook for aspiring substance misuse workers?
Well, you'll be happy to know that the job outlook is incredibly positive. RoleCatcher cites a projected 25% growth in the field from 2019 to 2029, which is significantly faster than the average for other occupations. This data comes directly from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, so it's pretty reliable.
Wow, 25% growth. Now, that's what I call a promising statistic. It seems like the demand for skilled professionals in this field is only going to increase.
And that's a good thing. It means more people are getting the help they need, and it opens doors for you to find a rewarding and impactful career.
This is really good to know for anyone who's thinking about going into this field. So we've talked about the responsibilities, the skills you need, career progression. We even talked about the job outlook, which is looking really good. But this deep dive wouldn't be complete without addressing the elephant in the room.
Right. Yeah, while this career can be incredibly rewarding, it's important to acknowledge the potential challenges as well.
Yeah,
The material touches upon encountering individuals in crisis, navigating emotionally charged situations, and the inherent stress that comes with this line of work.
of course. Yeah. You're constantly dealing with heavy stuff, trying to help people through some of the darkest times in their lives. It's bound to take a toll.
Exactly. And that's why self-care isn't just a buzzword in this field.
Right.
It's a necessity.
Totally.
RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of finding healthy coping mechanisms, setting boundaries, and seeking support when needed.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Right.
Exactly.
You need to take care of your own well-being to effectively care for others.
Precisely. It's like they say, put on your own oxygen mask first. The material highlights the importance of supervision and peer support, having a space to process challenging cases and receive guidance from more experienced professionals.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about having the right degree or the right experience. It's also about having the right support system and the self-awareness to recognize when you need help.
Absolutely. And building that resilience, those coping strategies, it's an ongoing process.
Right.
It's about recognizing this work can be emotionally demanding
Mm.
and prioritizing your own well-being just as much as you prioritize the well-being of your clients.
It's a great point to end on. This deep dive has revealed that being a substance misuse worker is so much more than just a job. It's about making a real difference in the lives of others while also embarking on a journey of continuous learning, self-discovery, and building incredible resilience.
It requires dedication, compassion, and a genuine desire to help individuals overcome addiction. It's not a career for everyone, but for those who are drawn to this path, it can be incredibly fulfilling.
So, to all of you listening, as you continue to explore this career path, remember to consider both the profound impact you can have on others and the importance of prioritizing your own well-being. It's a demanding field, but one with immense potential for personal and professional growth. And with the right mindset and support, it can be an incredibly rewarding journey. That's it for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us.